Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to some Modern Warfare Remastered. Another session of me praying in vain for a decent remaster of Modern Warfare 2. This is probably just gonna be another, like, rambling video or whatever. If I had to guess, I probably titled this something to do with the whole Warzone hacking situation, but I've got a couple other things to talk about. I don't know what all I'll get through. I don't really want this to, like, drag on too long or anything like that, you know? So in case anybody's been living under a rock and just didn't know, Warzone is currently in complete shambles once again, due in no small part to the just absolute abundance of hackers on the game. I mean, from what I understand, it's once again at the point where it's like, you literally can't play a game of Warzone, regardless of your skill bracket, without a hacker in it. Dude, he went right back. Look at him. Look at that little fuckface. What's wrong with you? Oh, dear. Get wrecked. Oh, my God, get destroyed. Dude, I'm just farming this kid out of the bus for kills. Wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. So the Warzone hacking situation has once again gotten to a point where people are quitting the game, finding the game increasingly insufferable to play. I mean, I don't know if he mentioned it in his video, but if you didn't see, apparently Courage is like taking a break from Warzone. And I haven't actually seen the video, but I can't imagine that it has nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's only so much he's like allowed to say about the situation or whatever because he is a COD partner and Activision probably says that they can't criticize him too much. I imagine it's gotta be beyond mentally taxing, especially for these streamers, right? Because especially now more than ever, I imagine their viewership is really tied to Warzone, given that the game is currently in a state where almost everyone would rather watch it than play it. I mean, obviously you can see it from the streaming numbers, you can see it from just the overabundance of Warzone spectating videos. Can I not die to a helicopter once? I have 13 deaths and like 7 of them are to helicopters. This is absurd. Dude, there are how many people on my team, bro? Kill somebody else, anybody else. Thank God it's over, my God. So yeah, I don't know, the whole situation is just really bad, and obviously, I've talked about this I don't even know how many times at this point, but it's not gonna get any better anytime soon, because beyond Activision, for whatever reason, not wanting to put in an anti-cheat, I'm pretty sure on some level they probably can. I'm not gonna go through all the reasons again, I've talked this point to death, but like, yeah, it's entirely possible that they just can't do it, and now they're just kind of stuck with what they got. Which, I mean, on some level sucks for them, but obviously it sucks for us way more as people who want to play the game and literally can't enjoy it because it's so fucking easy to just download some shit and ruin the game for everybody else. Speaking of which, by the way, and I know we've had issues with this before with like Counter-Strike and stuff, but YouTube has started recommending ads for Warzone cheats. Like, do an experiment right now. Pause this video, go open a YouTube search bar and search Warzone hackers. Not the word hacks, hackers, like you're looking for a video about hackers, like this one. The first 3 things that come up are gonna be ads for Warzone cheats. And I know Google ads and all that type of shit, like there's a whole process behind it. If you don't know, this whole thing happened with Counter-Strike before where like Counter-Strike ad videos for hacks were being played in front of people's videos that were monetized. So I'm not necessarily criticizing YouTube for this. I mean, they should do something about it, but it's not like this is something that has never happened before. It's more so just a testament to how just widespread this issue is, right? Like they're taking out ads on YouTube because that's how popular these things are, that they need to advertise their cheats to get ahead of the competition. But anyway, that was really all I had to say on the whole Warzone hacker situation. Like, I don't really engage too much with the Warzone community, mostly just because I don't like the game very much. I don't really play it. Obviously, I'm like tangentially aware of what's going on just because, you know, it's Call of Duty and I follow Call of Duty news. The one thing that's always been interesting to me, actually, just as a bystander that doesn't really engage with the community all that much, is how it always seems to like come in cycles with Warzone, right? Like what I mean by that is it feels like every few months this situation happens where the game just seems rife with hackers and everybody's complaining about it and people are quitting. I mean, Vicstar quit Warzone back in what, like February? Everybody was kind of saying the same thing, like, oh, this is the death of Warzone, hackers have ruined the game, I'm never playing it again. And then the complaints kind of like die down for a little bit, but then a few months later they come back. And the thing that I've always been curious about, and again, this is a legitimate question, this isn't me, you know, belittling the issues or anything like that. Is it a situation where the hackers like come and go, like maybe Raven Software finally finds a way to keep them off for a couple months, but then they're just right back in it within a couple months or whatever? He would have jugged too, God. But yeah, is it a situation like that, or is it one of those things where the hackers never go away, it's been this bad forever, it's just the community only has the collective energy to complain this much once every 3 months and still have the developers do nothing about it? Because I will say, if it's the latter situation, I definitely understand that. It can be absolutely frustrating with the developers just like not listening to your complaints and the things that you are telling them that the game needs to Oh my, I saw him too, dude. 1 and 20, 12 and 23. Nothing you can really do about that, to be honest. So anyway, I went on about that whole Warzone topic for way longer than I thought I would. In terms of what I think should be done about it, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't think they can put an anti-cheat in the game. I don't think it's a question of them being willing to. I think it's literally a matter of possibilities, so I don't know, take from that what you will. I mean, in fairness, it is Activision's fault. They absolutely should have designed the game with an anti-cheat in mind, but we're kind of past the point of being able to do anything about it, I guess. Speaking of games that are in shambles, obviously it's been a little bit now since I played Cold War multiplayer. I don't even know when the last time I uploaded a video on that is. And it's like the same principle, but obviously a different issue. I don't run into hackers all that often on the Cold War multiplayer. I see it here and there. It's more of an issue of it just, you know, not being fun to play, and much like the Warzone situation, it feeling like the developers have no interest in fixing any of the game's problems. And again, you know, the sniping being terrible aside, like the skill-based matchmaking sucks. The way that weapon damage works sucks. A lot of the maps aren't fun. The movement's really fucking annoying. Like, I could go on for days about all of the issues with Cold War's multiplayer and the fact that none of them are getting fixed for one reason or another. I mean, it really is the skill-based matchmaking for the most part. Like, I can live with a lot of the design issues. Like, for example, there were a lot of things that I really didn't like about Black Ops 1's multiplayer, but I've still got, you know, my 30 days in it or whatever. Like, just because I had issues with it, the game at its core was still fun to play, so I played it. Actually, speaking of Cold War's multiplayer, both Courage and Nadeshot, I think, were saying something on Twitter the other day that honestly I just really didn't agree with. And what they said basically was, hey, you know, if you're gonna keep skill-based in the game, give us a rank. Just give us a forced rank so I can see some kind of progress. To which I would say, absolutely fucking not. Forced rank would probably kill Call of Duty forever, and I think the developers know that, which is why we don't have one. Like, if they forced an ELO or a medal on us and didn't give us an option to not have to look at it, like, I, for one, probably just wouldn't play the game. Because it doesn't solve the problem of every lobby being a complete fucking sweat fest. Like, every game is still gonna be played like it's a game battle because now you have a rank on the line, and really all it's gonna do is further de-incentivize people to do anything other than the absolute best possible thing. Meaning that it's gonna look like League play. There's gonna be 2 weapons and 2 loadouts that every single person uses, and it's just gonna depend on whether you're an AR or a sub. Nobody's gonna really use snipers. Anybody who does use snipers is gonna be expected to, you know, play like a quote-unquote real sniper and hard scope in the back of the map and shit. You know, I wanna run around and rush spawns and quick scope and wreck people and stuff. And on top of that, I want the option to be able to run around with funny classes again. Like, that's something I used to love doing, sniping aside. Back in older games, I used to like, you know, running around with Akimbo HS-10s and seeing if I can actually do well with them. Or like Akimbo Scorpions, which were, if any of you didn't play Black Ops 1, those were fucking atrocious. Because again, it goes back to what I was talking about with the whole gunsmith thing. It's like we have this giant gunsmith with all this customization, but only like 1% of the combinations that you can actually make are usable in any way. Like, there's no variety, and the game doesn't encourage it, because why would you use anything except for the absolute best possible thing, literally at all times? So anyway, in short, I think a forced rank is a terrible idea. I don't think it fixes the problem for anybody except for a select group of people who, I mean, let's be honest, Courage and Nadeshot should probably be playing League play anyway. Like, if you want to play the game in that way, just play League play. You already have it, and like, to be honest, the game probably doesn't feel any different. What? What? What the fuck? I didn't even know that guy was back there. Come on, airstrike, win the game for us. Oh, nice, we won. Anyway, that was really it. I had a couple other things I wanted to touch on, but I don't really want to drag this out. I already feel bad spamming a 5-year-old game that nobody cares about anymore. It's just, you know, this game is fun, Cold War isn't, and Warzone's in shambles, so, you know, what am I gonna do? And as always, if you did enjoy this video, definitely be sure to leave a like, and subscribe if you want to come back for more content. That's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one.